Hey guys, what's up? It's me, SamNova198 again, and today I'm going to show you guys my thoughts about the big announcement of E3 2023 being canceled. And I have a lot I want to say about the event being canceled overall, but first, let me take a swig of my water. Sorry about that. But yeah, E3 2023 has been canceled. And overall, it's been kind of crazy. And before I even get into that, I want to say one thing. Sorry I haven't been uploading the last few months. I'm actually finishing up school right now. I'm interning, and it's been overall a pretty crazy few months, and I just haven't had the time really to get to record a video. And every time I do record a video, I'm just not happy with it. So it's kind of like, didn't like how the video turned out. Like, it's hard to explain, but today I wanted to share my thoughts on this because I thought this was really interesting. So, this year has been kind of weird for E3. They were, back in 2020, the first time ever E3 got canceled because of the pandemic, and then they returned in 2021, and the reactions of it were kind of, I wasn't too crazy on it. I didn't watch everything that came out at E3, but I heard the big announcements. It was just kind of a so-so event from what I saw, and a lot of the reveals just didn't really do anything for me. And it really did show. And then in 2022, in the last couple of years, we've been dealing with the pandemic too, which is why E3 hasn't really been the same as it once was. And now I don't think that's really much of a reason why they're using now, why it's not happening this year. But last year, E3 2022 didn't happen. They said, oh yeah, we're canceling our physical event, but we'll do a digital event. And eventually that fell through by the end of March, and that didn't really happen. And then at the beginning of this year, pretty much the three heavy hitters, Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony, all said, yeah, we're not going. And without the big, like those three, the three like big names going to E3, what was there going to be to show? But then even not just that, even Ubisoft wasn't going. And I thought at that moment that was the final nail for this year of E3 not happening. And then just yesterday they announced that ESA has officially ended E3. E3 is not happening this year. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen next year either. And I think this might have been the final nail in the coffin. I'm kind of dumbfounded that I'm very, not dumbfounded, but more surprised that E3 has gone on this long. And the fact that they tried to do it again this year. And I'm going to be honest here, I actually don't really see the point of doing E3 for the last few years, because I like how companies do those, state of plays and Nintendo Directs, and the Microsoft. They did their first developer conference this year, which I actually enjoyed. They talked about Hi-Fi Rush and other stuff, where basically it felt like developers telling you what was going on, like what games are coming out. I liked that, and I prefer that than sitting through a 3-hour-long video where they talk about pretty much fuck all. A 3 to 4 hour showcase where they just show a bunch of crap that you might or might not care about. It's just pointless. And then also, on top of that, the E3, with everything, when they try to keep everything a big surprise for people, that's basically impossible. And with this comes leaks. And leaks, what happens with a leak is a big game showcase will get leaked. Like, I remember before the Game Awards happened, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Survivor, I keep calling Fallen Order 2 for some reason, but they say, oh yeah, here's Jedi Survivor's, pre-order page, all the DLC you can get if you pre-order it. So we knew that was coming, and just hell, even nowadays, there's no surprise. People were like, oh, cool, the PS5 Pro is coming. I knew that was going to happen. Oh, the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming. I knew that was going to happen. There's no shock with E3 anymore. It's like, every time they do an event like E3, you kind of know what's coming, and you're just not really that excited for it. And to me, like, the last time I can remember that I was excited for E3 was it's probably 2016, 2017. I really didn't care about the last time. And E3 2017 was, I thought, a huge disappointment. It was a drab, boring shit show where nothing of interest was shown. And it didn't help that 2018 wasn't that great either. Then 2019, there were some cool surprises, but it just wasn't really that interesting. And 2019 was the first time Sony didn't show up. And Microsoft, they did their best, and I do love the Series X, but even they couldn't really make that great of a showcase. And I will say, Microsoft did an okay job with their Microsoft conference they did back in 2021. That was pretty good because of the amount of games they showed. But I think Nintendo won the showcase that year, the convention that year. But I remember back in 2021 when I did my E3 thoughts video of what was shown off, I remember saying to myself one thing. I don't understand why they keep E3 going. Like, the gaming industry has changed from, like, maybe if it was 2010 still, it would be different. But now, there's no point to it. I can't, like, people don't really want to sit there and watch E3. They don't really want to go to E3, too, because of what happened back in 2019. If you don't know what happened in 2019, go look it up. It's crazy. But I just don't really see a point of E3 being around anymore. And in the announcement they made, it didn't sound like they were doing E3 2024 or even going to attempt it, because this is the second year in a row they've attempted and failed at doing it, because the big thing is none of the developers, this is a big reason, none of the developers have much to show off, and also there's just not much interest. So why would you watch a showcase where they don't show off a ton of stuff, big stuff, and spend millions of dollars to get a part of this event, when you can just do a short pre-recorded video and live stream it for the world to see? But, yeah, it is sad. I will say it is a bit, depressing knowing E3 is no more, and most likely we will not see again. But the industry is changing. Gaming as a whole isn't the same as it was back in the PS3 and Xbox 360 and Wii generations. And I feel like E3 stopped being relevant when the PlayStation 5 had got announced, when COVID happened and people were doing their own events. I just don't see E3 coming back from this, and it looks like it ain't. So, yeah, am I gonna miss E3? I'll miss it. It was definitely fun seeing everybody talk about all these games online and people being, oh yeah, new Final Fantasy got announced. Oh, the new Star Wars game got announced. Oh, new Call of Duty, new Ghost of Tsushima. That was what it was like. And now it's just kind of pointless because there would be another event going on. But anyways, that's my thoughts on E3. What do you guys think of E3 ending basically, or coming to an end? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.